The yellow line is the area toward which the Israel Defense Forces has withdrawn in order to bring about, and in accordance with the terms of the ceasefire agreement that was brokered by the Americans. It's very apparent that Hamas is determined to really test the durability of this ceasefire agreement, and it's doing that because it understands that Israel is somewhat beholden to the Trump administration. Now, Israel does not want to be the party that is deemed responsible for the detonation of this ceasefire agreement. Hamas understands that. And so what it's doing is it's really testing the bounds of what it can undertake in terms of reconstituting itself, carrying out terror raids against the IDF. And that's why we're seeing these ongoing attempts beyond the yellow line. And those raids have in the past, it's important that people recognize, resulted in the death and the killing of soldiers of the IDF, including after the ceasefire agreement was reached. So we're going to continue to see Hamas making these attempts at really breaching the ceasefire agreement and seeking to cause Israel to have to respond in a way in which Hamas can claim that the full culpability for the dismantling, falling apart of the agreement rests squarely with the state of Israel. And we're seeing also an aspect of just how important these tunnels are to Hamas's survivability. 200 Hamas terrorists are currently trapped inside tunnels that are under the area controlled by the Israel Defense Forces, so again, beyond the yellow line. And it seems to be the case that Jared Kushner, who flew into Israel recently and met with Prime Minister Netanyahu, has brokered an agreement with Israel whereby these 200 Hamas terrorists will actually be released and deported to other countries. In other words, allowed to leave the battlefield alive. But the challenge to that agreement is actually that there seem to be no countries whatsoever who are interested in accepting these terrorists. I think eventually there will be a home found for these terrorists, but people should keep in mind that in the event that they are deported, Israel will track them. And I believe actually across the fullness of time, Israel will likely eliminate these terrorists. The fact that these terrorists are able to be holed up and sheltered inside these tunnels proves beyond any reasonable doubt that every single civilian casualty that took place inside the Gaza Strip during the course of this war is the exclusive responsibility of Hamas. Every single civilian casualty that has taken place inside the Gaza Strip since October the 7th, 2023 is a consequence of Hamas depravity, of the genocidal jihadist attitude that Hamas operates by way of.